Hey everybody, welcome. I'm John with Stormhaven Studios, aka Drindin, and today we're going to do a little series called Tips and Tricks with Drindin. So I'm just going to show you a couple of things that might make your life a little bit easier in Embers Adrift. If you like the video, please don't forget to subscribe and like and share with your friends if you think this is something that they would like to enjoy as well. So without further ado, let's get started. The first thing I want to tell you guys about is every time I log into the game, I always hit O first, and I go ahead and check the looking for group button, and that puts me in this list with all the other people looking for group. The servers are locked down right now, so obviously there's no one else in the game but me. Of course, if there were, I would just hit the refresh button. This list populates, repopulates to give you the most up-to-date list of everyone who's looking for a group. If you're in a group and you want more people in your group, the party leader has to do this. You check the looking for more button, and then you go into this, and anyone who's looking for a group can also see groups that are looking for a group. That's kind of confusing. So anyway, if you see someone you might want to group with, you can right click on their name, a context window will drop down, you can click send tell, and you can communicate with that person and join the group. You can also, if you don't have a group and you see someone you want to group with, you can right click and just click send invite, and hopefully they join up with you and you guys go and have great adventures together. So the other thing I do want to mention with the looking for group window and the social window, you can open up this tags window and you can check if you want to do dungeoneering, gathering, hunting, crafting. All those things are options to let people know what you're interested in doing at the time. The other thing I do want to mention is if you've got some downtime, your party isn't in the game yet, maybe you're just in to do a little organizing your bank or whatever you want to do, you can click this mentoring tab and check yourself as looking for group, and that will set you as someone who is interested in helping new players. Something we're really trying to promote in our game is the sense of community and helping each other and everyone getting together around the Ember Ring to have a great time and make great memories. So if you're an experienced player and you want to help people, check the mentoring box and go ahead and just reach out to new players and help them out. We really appreciate that. So that takes care of the social window. Let's take a look at the ability bar. So with the ability bar, there's a couple things I want to point out. One of them being so if I want to move stuff around on my bar, for example, I can't just click on it because that will use my ability. So what I have to do is hit shift click, and then I can move it around. Now in my bag, that's not the case. I can just click on anything and move it. If I want to split a stack, I hit shift click, and now I can split that stack. So yeah, that being said, you can always pull stuff down onto your bar from your bag, but if you want to take it off of your bar, you have to shift click to take it off and place it in your bag. So that's a little thing that can make your life easier. The other thing I do want to point out about the abilities and the ability bar is if you hit Alt and hover over an ability, it'll show you a bunch of information, but it will also show you an area of effect decal on the ground that shows you the effective range of any ability. So your enemies have to be in that range for it to take effect on them. This kind of helps people gauge their different abilities and like how close they have to be to enemies to use those effectively. If I hit J, I go into the skills window. This is my role, defender. One of the cool things that we just implemented is there's a position bonus there you can see towards the bottom. So if I'm fighting in front of an enemy, I have a +5 to threat bonus as a defender. If I don't have aggro and I'm fighting from the side, I have a +3 threat bonus. So I'm going to want to make sure as a defender I'm always trying to face my enemies head on and get the most threat bonus I can get. If I hover over resistant, for example, our abilities actually get more and more powerful as you level. So if I hold Alt, you can see some gold letters pop up saying what the next tier is. So I'm currently level 6, and the next tier is level 10. So at level 10, I'm going to increase the duration of this ability by 15 seconds. You can see down by expiration there, it moves from 30 seconds to 45 seconds. Also, I get, instead of 6 resist, I get 8 resist on melee ranged and runic damage. So that kind of, the tooltips are full of good information, so kind of take a good look at those, but holding Alt will give you a lot of other information as well. So the next thing I want to show you guys has to do with the inventory, and I'll run over the blacksmith in a second, but if you have a helm on, you can simply click this caret down and you can hide your helm. I always like to roll with my helm off usually. But yeah, that's a cool little feature. I think it's pretty standard, but just wanted to make sure everyone knew that that is available. And then we'll go over to the blacksmith here, and I'll show you some more cool inventory things. In my inventory, I may have damaged items, and you can see there's a little blue bar below my mace here. If there's red on that bar, it means that it's been damaged, and I need to fix that. So there's two ways to do that. I can click and unequip my mace, and I can put it in the window and hit repair. You know, it can get a bit tedious to unequip all of your stuff, put it in there, hit repair, and then put it back on. You can click this little blue button and simply click all your items and repair that without having to unequip it, which is very, very nice. So you can see this table here, it says merchant on it. Basically, instead of clicking on NPCs in our game, you click on the tables to interact and get all the things that you need. This one, clearly, you know, if you look at the table, it kind of hints at what's inside and available for purchase. This one has reagents. So this table has the different roles and crafting and harvesting professions on it. If you go to J and open up your skills, you'll see I can right-click on Defender and I can forget that role. If I do choose to forget a role, I do start back at level 1. So I'd say kind of make your decision on what role you're going to pick before you get to level 10, just so that you don't waste too much time. Over here we have our shared bank. All our banks are shared. It says test bank right now because we still are in alpha testing. But yeah, these banks are shared between your characters. So it's, you know, very helpful if you create a new character, you go into the test bank, you got all your stuff there. Here we have the merchant for equipment, basically weapons and armor. And you know, if you need to replenish your arrows or your throwing knives or anything like that, you can get those. This is currently what our crafting station looks like. So if you want to refine something or craft something, you go to this table, and that will allow you to refine your materials and craft items. Other than that, let's say, for example, you know, you get stuck on some collider or something, you know, in some rocks or something, and you can't get your character unstuck. There's a trick you can use to get unstuck, and it's simply in the chat you type /stuck, and a 10-second timer will count down, and it will place your character on a different spot on the nav mesh, just so that you can move freely again. So my character jogged a little bit there, and I wasn't truly stuck, so it just put me on the nearest point on the nav mesh that worked there. So yeah. The last thing I want to say is if you are having trouble with certain controls in the game, or you can't figure out how to do something, you can always head over to the options menu and go to the keybind. All of our bindings are here. All these will tell you, you know, what hotkeys do what in the game. So, and you can also change them. You know, everything's rebindable. So if you want to change your keyboard to to some other bindings that you feel more comfortable with, have at her. You can do all that in here. Alright guys, that's all we have for you today on Tips and Tricks with Drindin. Thanks for coming along for the ride. If you think you might like Embers Adrift and the experience it offers, please hit that like button, subscribe, and share with your friends if you think they might like the experience that we offer as well. Just know that our indie dev team here is working super hard to bring you an MMORPG in 2022, and we're super excited about it. And if you want to support us in a more serious way, you can head over to our website, pre-order the game. We're opening the servers for testing every weekend up until launch. So that being said, thanks for your support, and we'll see you next time. Happy hunting.